Your subconscious mind has immense power in controlling your life experiences, from the types of food you eat to the actions you take each day, the level of income you earn, and even how you react to stressful situations. Every bit of it is guided by your subconscious beliefs and interpretations. In short, your subconscious mind is like the autopilot feature on an airplane. It has been pre-programmed to follow a specie route, and you can't deviate from that route unless you change the directions programmed into it. RST. What is the subconscious mind? The subconscious is the part of your mind that operates below your normal level of waking consciousness. Right now you're primarily using your conscious mind to read these words and absorb their meaning, but beneath that mental focus, your subconscious mind is busily working behind the scenes, absorbing or rejecting information based on an existing perception you have of the world around you. This existing perception began forming when you were an infant. It rejected nothing while you were young because you didn't have any pre-existing beliefs to contradict what it perceived. It simply accepted that all of the information you received during your early childhood was true. You can probably see why this becomes a problem later in life. Every time someone called you stupid, worthless, slow, lazy, or worse, your subconscious mind just stored the information away for reference. You may also have received messages about your potential in life or limitations you'll face based on your physical abilities, skin color, gender, or economic status. By the time you were 7 or 8 years old, you already had a solid foundation of belief based on all that programming from people in your life, television shows you watched, and other environmental influences. How does this old programming affect you now? Now that you're an adult, you may think that you can simply discard the hurtful or untrue messages you absorbed during your early life, but it's not quite that simple. Remember that all of this information is stored below your level of conscious awareness. The only time you become aware of it is when it limits your progress in creating a balanced, successful and productive life. Have you ever tried to achieve a goal and kept sabotaging yourself at every turn? Maddening, isn't it? It's important to know that you're not defective or doomed to fail no matter what you do. More likely you've got some old programmed messages that coincide with the new conditions you want to create. This is excellent news because it means you can achieve just about anything if you take the time to reprogram your subconscious mind. The programming is still going on. Before we discover how to reprogram your subconscious, it's important to know that the programming still continues to this day. With every experience you have, you draw certain conclusions and store the messages that will guide your future actions. For example, what kind of message do you think would be stored if you were rejected by someone you cared about? Your subconscious mind, that clever detective, would immediately go hunting through your memories and other examples of rejection, like that time your best friend dumped you to hang out with the more popular kids, and draw a conclusion that you're somehow unworthy or unlovable and deserve to be rejected. Now, here's the interesting thing: if you have an experience that coincides with an already established belief, your subconscious mind will either reject it or reframe it so it goes along with your existing view of reality. Here's an example: let's say you have an underlying belief that you're unattractive, and an attractive person expresses an interest in getting to know you better. Most likely the thing you're going to think is that it must be a joke or a cruel trick. You won't believe that this person could you attractive because you already believe that you're unattractive. Beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, your subconscious mind is screaming, "No way. This person is way too attractive to be interested in me, something isn't right here." Then you'll either reject that person before they can reject you, or otherwise do something to sabotage what could have been a great relationship. The same thing happens when you struggle to achieve your goals. Eventually you start to believe that you aren't capable of success, so you come to expect failure and end up doing just that over and over again. You can probably imagine many other situations where your subconscious mind limits you, but reprogramming it is a simple matter if you know how. How to reprogram your subconscious mind. There are many different ways to overwrite the limiting or damaging messages that are stored in your subconscious mind. You could work simultaneously with all of these strategies, but it'll be much more effective if you pick just one or two methods to start. You want to give them your full attention rather than skipping around and diluting your efforts. Remember, you can always incorporate additional techniques over time. Environmental influences. Have you ever considered the effect of your environment on your subconscious mind? Remember that your subconscious mind is absorbing information constantly and drawing conclusions and forming beliefs based on that information. If your daily environment is LLED with negativity and strife, imagine what kinds of messages are being absorbed into your mind. Avoid watching the news unless you absolutely must, and avoid spending too much time with toxic people. Instead, seek out positive information to read and watch, and spend most of your time with positive, successful people. Over time you'll end that more encouraging messages are being absorbed into your mind, which will alter the way you see yourself and your potential. Affirmations. Affirmations are another effective way to install positive messages into your subconscious. They work best if you follow a few simple rules. Word them positively, in the present tense. Say, "I am confident and successful,"